Okay, all right. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you for stopping by again. If you're an old subscriber, and if you're just seeing my face for the first time, my name is Joseph. This is J.O.S. Travel Abroad, and basically, I'm trying to create a space where I will share my experience with you about traveling abroad, based on the fact that I happen to be in a partnership, a kind of relationship with a travel agent back in Nigeria, and we've had a lot of experience assisting people to migrate to overseas like Canada, UK, US, and the rest of it. There's a particular video I did shortly that I did before this one, I'll say. I talked about policy adjustment in Canada in terms of international students going to Canada. There's an adjustment to the numbers of students who were allowed, who be entitled to postgraduate work permits, and all that. Then I just quickly felt I should use this opportunity to also drop a message about one or two policy I observed in Malta, because I'm currently in Malta studying, and I'm doing most of my travel advising job or role from here. It doesn't hinder what I do. So I also feel like sharing my experience and what I noticed. And if I don't know if I've actually said this before, if you're just joining me, I say welcome to my channel. And if these are the kind of content you love to hear, I would say just please subscribe to my channel. It's free. Just click on the subscription button, and you might be able to get a lot of information that would assist you to go about your project in case you're thinking of doing it yourself. You want to do the whole thing from scratch to the end yourself, and you're looking out for some useful content online. This might also be a place where you get something relating to personal experience on how people and what are the things we do, how we're able to go about them, the reasons for success. If there's one or two kind of challenge along the line, what happened, what led to it. So you might be able to learn from others. So truly, I say once again, thank you for stopping by. Now to go straight into the reason for this video, talking about one or two policy adjustments I noticed in Malta. It might not really be that huge, but at least it's still something you should put into consideration if you're considering coming to Malta through study route. Maybe even whatever route, but basically I'm focusing on those that will be coming in through study. So the first of all, like while I was applying, and a lot of us that came in, maybe a lot of people that came in before myself, usually when you're giving admission, the schools would require you, and it was even on their website back then, I don't know for now. If you're going for a school that a program that is a year or more, that is about 5,000 upward as tuition fee, you are expected to pay 50% of your school fees before you proceed to the visa stage. And that's what most of us started with, and myself. The school offered me an admission with the receipt of 50% as tuition fee to pay before getting the supporting visa supporting document to proceed for my visa. Then while we were doing that, along the line, I got my visa late. Used one of my videos where I mentioned my journey so far, and I'll also be talking about my experience as I journey through. I got my visa late towards the October, then I realized while I was planning to get down, come to Malta, the school admission officer quickly had to advise me to go ahead and balance the tuition fee. That is one of the kind of adjustment they have, the policy recently, that every undergraduate year, I came in for undergraduate program, that every undergraduate student are supposed to pay their tuition fee complete, full tuition fee before they get to the border, so they won't be disturbed at the border point. That means there's an adjustment in the policy. That is actually not what we thought it used to be. So if you're coming in to study in Malta and I'm going in for an undergraduate program, I would advise prepare yourself at least make sure you have that in mind, that you'll be coming to pay, or your full tuition fee for the year. Have that as part of your estimate. Make sure you prepare for it before you dive. Ensure that. Then they said for master's program, if you're coming for master or this postgraduate program, those ones are allowed to at least pay maybe 75% of the tuition fee. And true, I have one or two roommates from Nigeria upstairs. No, they're not my roommate actually. They are my, say, flatmates, apartment mates. They are occupying the space up. They just came into, and when I saw their tuition payment, they have actually paid about 75% of their school fees before they got in. So that means it's kind of true. Coming from a postgraduate and masters, you would be allowed to pay 75%, but on the graduate, it's going to be full for the year, your first year tuition fee. So prepare so you won't get stuck in between. That's the first policy I noticed. There is this content I saw online from one of the students that is talking about a school that still allow 50%. Then maybe when you get in, I would not really advise maybe you use that as a yardstick. I'm not trying to counter informations. I'm not sure that, or probably the information could be before our own personal experience, but I'm telling you from experience now, this is what I believe it is now. That's one. Second policy is, I believe before now, once you're getting, it could take you like 2 months or 3 to get your resident card. Basically 2 months to get your resident card. And your resident card then entitle you to permit you to do your part-time job 20 hours per week while you are a student studying. But while we got in now, we realized some kind of adjustment. I wouldn't say that is how it is, or that how it has been before we got here, but there's some kind of adjustment. So please take note of this. The adjustment is, after getting your resident card, regardless if you are to do your part-time job, which is an entitlement as a student, 20 hours per week, you are also still going to submit and apply. You are going to apply for a license to work outside the resident card. Your temporary resident card that give you permissions or give you access to 27 European countries visa free. They give you the access to stay back, work, study. Aside the resident permit, temporary resident permit, you are also to apply for a license to work, whether it's on a part-time or on a full-time. And then the way to go about applying for the license to work is you need to apply through an agency that's called J.O.S. I actually thought it was a private agency thing where you can just go in and go to the website and look for a job, but it's actually kind of a government. It's kind of connected, more like a government ministry. You are to register with J.O.S. before you start working, whether you have a resident card or not. And one of the requirements is you need an offer letter from your employer stating the job position, the hour you are to work, and possibly the advert time, the place within the past 6 months, and maybe there's no 1 or 2 indigene interested to do the job. So you know what this means? It's similar to this J.O.S in UK, this course, this sponsor letter you get in UK before you apply for this work permit in UK. And just like this LMI style in Canada, where you know how the LMI pattern is in Canada, Labor Market Impact Assessment form in Canada, where they have to really start mentioning some conditions why it's kind of similar. So the offer letter you're going to get from the employer here in Malta would have to, state your hours of work and your positions and all that. So you need an employer to give you that letter before you can go to Job Plus to register or apply for that license to work. What's my take on it? It's not that people aren't getting the job. People are still getting the job. People are actually still working in Canada. Yeah, and it's not like there are no jobs. There is, or there are jobs in Malta. People are still getting jobs in Malta. It's just kind of, this system would make it a little bit tough. What it means is that some employer would not really want to stress themselves. They might just be giving out the common regular jobs to people that are coming in from Europe, like Italy and others who do not need permit to work. So it means it might be taking a little longer. So just prepare. It's not like it's not possible. I can still tell you for a fact that I know of one or two person who has gotten job already in a space of 2 months. You understand? So do not let that deter you or one way or the other affect your decision to want to come and study Malta. And solely just to prepare your mind that don't come in with too many expectations, like too much. Know one thing, your journey abroad, study right and all that, it's a journey of its own, and that it requires a lot of preparations, and prepare your mind, lessen the expectations. That's just it. So whether policy or not policy, last, you would actually, one way or the other, appreciate the decision, because whatever it is you find yourself doing abroad, there's this thing that would really, in the long run, you know where you're actually heading, you know where you're going. You'll be able to envisage, you'll be able to see the direction. Like, imagine you spend a year or two, last, you will be all right. That is why it might be tough. That is actually psychologically, professionally, people they always say, don't expect to just be so like fine for the first year or two when you relocate abroad to another country. Know this for sure. You are going to another man's place, quite different from where you're coming from. You are changing environment. You need to understand how the things around you work before you actually get used to the surrounding. So don't expect, it's not your own country where you just think you switch and tweak, kick it. But it's not magic. And at the same time, also remember, tougher routes, narrow, difficult route actually leads to beautiful ending in the long run. Just imagine this. Imagine people that came to or travel to one of these countries abroad and went to most of this country through, some kind of illegal immigrants. Like, no, not illegally. Let's just say people that went into other country to a refugee pattern, declaring asylum and all the stuff. Now you will see that after a while, probably some years, it might be years, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. In the end, you start hearing stories about how they are now kind of settled properly. They've gotten the people that give them permissions to move around, so they are doing well. But look at the sacrifice they paid. Look at what they went through those years, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So imagine at last you start hearing them saying this and that. Then why someone like you that be coming in through a simple straight legal means like study, and you think it will be like all that? No, the struggle will be lesser than that, and last you'll be fine. So don't let that deter or disturb your decisions to want to travel. If you want to, I won't really say I'm saying this to discourage a lie. No, come on, put on that garment of we'll go there. Come in, just be sure you are entering legally. That's all. Study route is one of the peaceful way and safest. That's what I know. So sorry, I kind of deviate a little. Now coming back to the other third one I noticed is that ordinarily this is not like an adjustment. I just want to bring your attention to this. I just want to bring attention to it. Officially, normally, you will find this on the website, the government website or Identity Malta. If you are coming in to study in Malta, you were supposed to prepare your mind that they said you have to, like, after 3 months of studying, that's probably when you're ordinarily allowed to start working. And luckily, on one way or the other, these same 3 months are the time you are applying for your resident card, processing it. So those take the same period to process your resident card. So it means in case your resident card comes in earlier, yes, you get your resident card earlier than 3 months. But just have this at the back of your mind that if you want to follow the rules officially, you were supposed to have like studied for 3 months before starting something, your part-time job, before going into the labor market and start working part-time. So in case, just have that preparation, something that would sustain you for 3 months or more, 3, 4, 5 months. Basically 3, 4, 5 months, fine. Then in case you are not one of those that is getting this job thing faster in 2 months, and your residence card is not coming faster in less than a month or two, so you will not be like tensed, pressured, like, oh my God, why is not? Just know that if you want to go by the books, you were supposed to actually study for like 3 months before the work thing. So don't be in a hurry, prepare towards that. And good for you if it comes earlier than that. Stefan, manage it yourself. But just prepare your mind so you will not be kind of feeling disappointed or pressured that why my own is not coming in 2, 3 months. Just know that, right? That's why I wouldn't really say it's policy adjustment. I just want to draw attention to that. And another thing for those of us that are here, or for you that will be coming in, there's the way the bus thing work. The other policy is that the bus kind of, if you do not have a bus card yet, while you apply for your bus card, probably I will tell you how the app stuff thing. There's a way you pay. You are supposed to just pay €2 to still catch the public bus. €2 from one straight route. Maybe you're going from your house to the capital Valletta to other side, and the other routes that connect through those places, you're supposed to pay €2. You get a ticket from the bus. That ticket will last you like 2 hours. So if you're catching any bus straight on that same route for the next 2 hours, that your ticket is still valid. Then maybe when you turn coming into another route or coming back, and it's been more than 2 hours, you get a fresh ticket. So you can still get connecting bus for within that 2 hours till you get home. But now I think someone come attention to the fact that they said there's a little increase. Now they've increased it to 2.5. That's €2.50. So there's a way you can go about it to manage your phone. Like me, when I came in, what I did was, after meeting a friend from Ghana, he just told me I could just go to the capital Valletta to get unlimited bus card for 1 week. It was €21. I bought it. So there might be a tendency that probably too would have increased. Probably €2 has gone to 2.5. There's every tendency that I haven't gotten information regarding that. There's every tendency that to do up above €21. But when I bought it, it was €21. With that, you would have the unlimited bus card to use everywhere you want to go for 1 week while you are expecting your main permanent card to come in. And one or two of my course mates really didn't buy the idea. They felt it wasn't a good choice. Like, that wasn't like kind of a prudent decision to make, considering the fact that if you are not that type that just would be going out here and there offering time within that week, why spend €21? Just target yourself when you have a particular place to go. use €2, 2 hours, come back. Maybe for a few 3, 4, 5 days, you might not be going out again. You're just being indoor, so you could probably end up not spending up to 21 within 1 week if you're not going out like that. So some people feel it wasn't really a good decision. So I'm just putting it out there, just so you can also you'll be aware, and you'll be able to make decision based on this available information. So I think I'll stop for now. So I'll stop here for the policy adjustment in Malta stuff thing. And if there's anything else you wish to find out from me, well, feel free to leave a comment in the comment box below, so we talk about it. You feel free to reach out to me. I'm still within that range to give out information without asking you for anything, because I said within the 200 subscriber. I haven't even gotten to 100. So you are free to ask me any question and find out anything from me. I'll be really glad to answer, to supply you any response information that I know will be useful. So thank you and bye for now.